It's 53 past, 7 to go before 5 o'clock work whistle blows. All right, Queens of the Stone Age, Josh and Troy from the group are in studio. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here today.
Thanks for inviting us during Cleavage Hour.
It is Cleavage Hour. We have all the students lined up that are participating in our contest, and strangely enough, they are much better looking than the office workers. Just shows what the ravages of a white-collar 9-to-5 job can do to a woman.
Yes.
Stay young.
That's hard.
Oh, that's hot. I thought you were going to say, much more attractive than Carl and Steve and Bobby over there.
Well, no one's better looking than me, so I mean,
no, there's a
that
bunch
much
of
is clear.
All right, the new album is called Era Vulgaris. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not good with the.
Why did it seem like you? No, I thought you did very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
The first time I try to pronounce something, I've been running it through my head, and it's really been an issue for me today.
Lots of dress rehearsal.
Yeah, like just bouncing it off Rich.
Yeah.
Just seeing if I could do it on pressure, and it worked.
How hard do you throw it at him when you bounce it off him? Does it come right back, or is it just...
I was talking figuratively. I'm not actually bouncing anything off.
I don't understand that language, but go ahead.
All right. Josh, I don't know if you saw this, but The Onion... Are you aware of The Onion, the parody website, the parody newspaper?
Yeah.
Very sexy.
The AV Club is actually serious, and they said that you had the number 7. You were the best onstage banter. Number 7 out of all the acts of all time.
Right.
They're particularly talking about a concert where you saw someone who was throwing things at you, and in a rare form of a frontman actually being humorous, calling him out.
The thing is that wherever injustice is, I'll be there. And I when people go to a concert and if the girls are getting banged around and sort of beat up, at some of these rock shows, the girls get pushed around too much, and really they're supposed to dance and have a good time. Or if someone throws something, or if someone's just being really rude, and then I don't mind letting everyone know where they are. That rude person is,
Yeah.
Because we should all enjoy them, and they should get the attention that they're really asking for.
I think that's the greatest thing, is to call someone out, put the lights on them.
Oh, sure.
And then just say, have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun for the rest of the show.
Well, more than often that they're wearing something individual, so it's really easy. You just, if they have red on, you say, hey, when you see this guy with the red shirt that has like 2 ducks having sex on the front of it, whenever you see this guy, do me a favor, pull him aside and say, hey, douche drinker.
It's usually the senior high school football player who shows up with the mouthpiece to the concert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen like dudes, because as you become more popular, and you played Ozfest, do you see when you're
on purpose too?
Yeah, when you say you're at Ozfest, I had to go to them for radio, and there are literally guys that go to take their shirts off and ram into other dudes, and they put mouthpieces in.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about being gay is at the very beginning, you have to sort of get over the fear that it's weird. There's nothing wrong with it. It's when you go against the grain or the gain, as it were, then you have trouble,
Yeah, those are the kind of guys that are like, dude, you're so gay. Look at how gay you are. You're letting me touch your balls.
Yeah. You are so gay. Hand me that towel, because I need to get out of the shower now.
Now, was the meathead factor the main reason you guys didn't like being on Ozfest?
The thing is that what I like is for everyone to have a good time, and I don't. It's not fair enough for me to say meathead, or because I don't like guys that are so emo that they just like, what movie do you want to go to? Like, whatever you want to go to.
Sure.
It's like, have sex with those guys too, since you can't say the F word.
I understand.
Have sex. And what I like is for people to have a good time, and that means, don't try to be hip, just shake hip, Mm-hmm. Don't be a drunk, get drunk, just like party like you actually know what you're doing,
Now I know why you and Jesse Boots Electric of Eagles of Death Metal get along so well.
Because I was just thinking the same
Yeah.
thing.
He's got an amazing mustache.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. We've had him in here twice in the last year.
Yeah.
We love him as a guest.
He's awesome, and he's a great example of pushing people's buttons, but in the right way, and, skipping some of the lame buttons,
Yeah.
So.
Jesse speaks of you. We're talking to Josh and Troy. They're playing the Orpheum tonight, a show that, if for no other reason, go, because Rich and I will be in attendance.
That's
which
reason
is
enough.
kind of
and yeah, I mean that is a sight to behold.
Yes.
we're gonna sit in, maybe play a little keyboard for the guys.
Sit in the front.
I got my drumming gloves.
We got this this giant organ you guys can play together.
Oh, a guitar? Oh, I'm
It's
down.
a guitar.
Dude, I actually have a Casio digital guitar, and it's like the color orange. It doesn't look good on anybody.
Is it the kick-ass kind that samples your voice and you can hit it in all those different notes?
Ooh,
That's
where
the
it's like,
SK1.
yeah, that's horrid.
So Jesse has come in, and Josh, he strangely enough speaks highly of you.
No, I know he's one of the few guys that does.
He speaks highly of you. He is very open with the fact that you in some way
He gets
saved his
highly
life.
with me too, you know. What I mean?
He's not ashamed to talk about that as well. He was on one of the funniest stories he tells, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. Is that one of the all-time strange? Talking about Meatheads, a band I love though, but one of the strangest pairings I ever heard of was Eagles of Death Metal opening up for GNR. And so he ended up I guess he ended up leaving the tour, but can you share some of the experiences that he might have told you about his relationship with Axl Rose? Or
Well, I told him when we accepted the tour why I wasn't going to go on it, and I also said you're either going to be Axl's guru or he's going to hate you.
Yeah,
and either way you should totally psychologically be like the opposite of Prozac and mess with his mind. You know? And, so after the first show, without seeing Eagles of Death Metal at all, he fired Eagles of Death Metal from stage, famously now.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
wait, so he walks on the stage, or how does he do it from the stage?
Well, he was playing with Axl's Guns N' Roses, and they played a few songs, and he called them pigeons of
It's SH
S metal.
asterisk T.
yeah
Metal.
metal.
I've taken the eagle and turned it into a much more feminine animal.
Yeah, and he fired him from stage and said that was it. And I thought that was amazing because it was like all the glory of doing the tour without the mess of doing the tour itself. you
And
know?
I heard they got
sure.
paid up front, so that's
That's what I did actually. Yeah,
that's awesome.
because I knew that there would be some sort of goofball bouncing around over there on that tour.
We're gonna get to the new album and all that, but I got to hear this story. I was reading today that when you were on Ozfest, dude, yeah, it's called research. And when I was reading up on my Stone Age, and I heard a tale of you at Ozfest, and you saw Jack Osbourne and Tommy Lee, and they were backstage. Do you remember what that story is?
Well, I'd been drinking heavily for days, and I wasn't happy with the Ozfest. I was having a really tough time there, fitting in basically.
Right.
And I look over, and the sun's just going down, and I look over at those glow sticks.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the glow sticks. I look over at Tommy Lee standing there with his shirt off, and Jack Osbourne rubbing a broken glow stick glue all over him, his chest.
Was this in the Methods of Mayhem era
Yeah,
with Tommy Lee?
Methods of Mayhem, yeah. And so I'm looking at this, and Tommy's going, "Dude, I'm glowing."
I'm throbbing too.
Isn't Jack Osbourne underage at this point too?
Probably.
Yeah. And Jack's actually a great guy.
Right,
He's cool.
right.
But the scenario had so many things happening in my mind that I wanted to say, that and I was holding a bottle of tequila in my hand and a beer in the other hand, as you do when you're trying to fit in, and I just started to get abusively angry, and so I started going inside other bands' buses, and that the rest actually should be left alone.
Who was playing that year? Let me guess. It was probably someone like Crazy Town or